Are you looking for the best Canon cameras? In this video we will look at some of the best Canon cameras. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Canon EOS R6 Mark II. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II is the best Canon camera for photography. It takes all of the excellent ingredients of the original Canon EOS R6 and adds a higher resolution sensor, faster e-shutter burst shooting, uncropped 4K video, and no recording time limit. That makes it one of the most versatile cameras for advanced photo and video work at its price point. The biggest downside of the R6 Mark II, like all the other R series cameras we recommend below, is that lens selection is still relatively limited compared to more established lens ecosystems. Canon's strict third-party licensing means fewer overall lens options as they slowly build out the native RF lens lineup. That said, if you don't mind dishing out for it, the EOS R lens adapter lets you seamlessly adapt older EF lenses, of which there are many excellent options to choose from. Ultimately, if you're looking for a camera that can take stunning images with a set-it-and-forget-it autofocus system, excellent ergonomics, and advanced video specs, the R6 Mark II is hard to beat. High image quality featuring a new 24.2 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor. DigicX image processor with an ISO range of 100/102,400, expandable to 204,800. High-speed continuous shooting of up to 12 frames per second with mechanical shutter and up to 40 frames per second electronic, silent, shutter, raw burst mode and pre-shooting captures up to approximate 30 frames per second. Dual-pixel CMOS AF2 covering up to 100% x 100% area with 1053 AF zones. Automatic subject detection of people, animals, and vehicles using deep learning technology with new subjects to detect including aircraft, trains, and horses. 1. Number 2. Canon EOS R7. If the Canon EOS R6 Mark II is out of your price range, the Canon EOS R7 is an excellent APS-C option that sits at a lower price point. There are more portable APS-C cameras out there, but the R7 is a remarkably versatile camera. With quick 15 frames per second mechanical burst shooting and a highly sophisticated autofocus system borrowed from the pro-level Canon EOS R3, it's one of the best Canon cameras for photography if you're interested in wildlife or action photography. It's also very well-rounded for video work, with in-body image stabilization, IBIS, and 4K recording at up to 60 frames per second. That said, the R7 suffers from the same problem as the R6 and that lens selection is still limited, but you can always adapt EF/EFS DSLR lenses if you have them and don't mind buying an adapter. Speaking of DSLRs, if you're willing to give up some of the R7's advanced video features, the Canon EOS 90D is a great alternative with a higher resolution and longer battery life. It's also cheaper than the R7, though it's even bulkier and falls behind mirrorless models for video work. DigicX image processor enhances performance for sharp photos and ultra-high-definition videos. CMOS sensor. Canon's 32.5 MP APS-C CMOS sensor ensures images appear crisp. RFS 18 to 150 mm lens. Easily attach the included RFS 18 to 150 mm lens to the EOS R7 camera body with the compatible RF mount. Full-range lens capability. The EOS R7 is compatible with EFS, EF, RF, and the new RFS mounts. 1. High-speed continuous shooting. With mechanical shutter speeds of up to 15 frames per second, this camera can continuously shoot sharp images of cars, sporting events, wildlife, 2, and more. 5-axis image stabilization. Canon's EOS R7 is built with 7 stops of shake correction for coordinated control. 3. No matter what life throws at you. Stay powered up. Operates using a Canon LPE6NH battery pack, compatible with LPE6N and LPE6 battery packs. The USB power adapter PDE makes it easy to charge the battery while it's still inside the camera. Number 3. Canon EOS R10. The Canon EOS R10 is the best entry-level camera in Canon's mirrorless lineup. In typical Canon fashion, it's lightweight, with an accessible user interface and controls, good ergonomics, and a fully articulated screen. It's a bit more portable than the Canon EOS R7 but doesn't feel as premium or sturdy, and it has no weather sealing. You also lose out on more advanced features like IBIS and dual SD card slots. Still, the sensor captures excellent image quality, and the camera uses essentially the same autofocus system as its higher-end sibling, so it can accurately detect and track moving subjects. It's also a surprisingly capable video camera, with 4K recording at up to 60 frames per second, albeit with a significant crop at 60 frames per second, as well as internal 10-bit capture in its HDR-PQ mode, despite lacking more advanced features like log recording. Ultimately, this is the best Canon camera for beginners and budding hobbyists, offering a great balance of features for its price. High image quality. Canon's 24.2-megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor delivers stunning resolution to fast action photos taken day or night. Digic X image processor powers 4K video capture and reduces noise, so you can continuously shoot without worrying about capturing the shot. Compact and lightweight. The EOS R10 camera fits easily and comfortably in your hand, plus easy to carry wherever you go. Number 4. Canon EOS R50. The Canon EOS R50 is one of the best budget mirrorless cameras on the market. Its portable, lightweight design makes it a great everyday or travel camera. Thanks to simple controls and intelligent auto modes, it's also one of the best Canon cameras for beginners. Image quality is great for its class, using the same sensor as the Canon EOS R10 above, and it has a very effective autofocus system, albeit a simplified version of the AF found on higher-end models. Unlike the older Canon EOS M50 Mark II, the R50 uses the RF lens mount, so you can pair it with both APS-C and full-frame RF lenses. For that reason, it's a good camera to grow with as a photographer, since you can eventually upgrade to a full-frame body without having to buy into a whole new lens ecosystem. Still, if you're on a very tight budget, we recommend opting for an older DSLR like the Canon EOS Rebel SL3. While it doesn't have the portability or video features of the mirrorless R50, it's a great starting point for beginner photographers, and you can find used models for quite cheap. Compact, lightweight RF mount camera with a 24.2-megapixel CMOS APS-C sensor and Digic X processor. 4K uncropped movie with dual-pixel CMOS AF2 at up to 30 frames per second, oversampled from 6K and Full HD high frame rate movie at up to 120 frames per second. Movie for close-up demo mode quickly switches. Number 5. Canon EOS 5D Mark IV. While they aren't the best Canon cameras for video, DSLRs like the full-frame Canon EOS 5D Mark IV have long been favored by pro photographers, and for good reason. If you need something lightweight and portable, you'll want to look elsewhere, but this camera is built to withstand heavy use day in and day out, and it's got a battery life to match for long shooting days. Canon's excellent ergonomics are also on display here, with a roomy grip and plenty of physical controls you can customize. At 30.4 megapixels, the sensor gives you plenty of leeway to crop and edit your photos, and it has excellent dynamic range and noise handling for low-light situations, so it's no surprise it was once the best Canon camera for professional photography. The EF mount also includes a well-established lineup of lenses to suit different kinds of photography. However, if the camera's price tag is too steep for you, you can step down to the Canon EOS 6D Mark II or find a deal on older models in the 5D series, which still provide sturdy builds and pro-level image quality. 30.4 MP full-frame CMOS sensor for versatile shooting. Aspect ratio 3:2. Up to 7.0 frames per second continuous shooting speed. 61-point AF system with 41 crosspoints for expanded vertical coverage. Providing approximately 12 stops of dynamic range, even in low light. 4K video recording at 30p or 24p and in-camera still frame grab of 8.8 MP images. Weight, approximate.